We keeping it street. We keeping it street. I took a loss, but you still gon' get beat. You still gon' get beat. How much it costs? It never been cheap. It never been. Turn your click up, dog. Turn them up. Turn your bitch up, dog. Turn them up. Turn these streets can't cross it. Cross them up. All these streets need bosses. Cross them up. Turn your click up, dog. Turn them up. Turn your bitch up, dog. Turn them up. Turn these streets can't cross it. Cross them up. All these streets need bosses. When my dog get low in his pockets, I'm picking them up. We came from the bottom together, my nigga. We get it. We splitting it up. If my bitch tell me pay for that pussy, I'll take her out shopping and tell her shut up. Standing on business ain't nothing to pipe that shit up. It ain't nothing to turn a bitch up. It ain't nothing to turn your click up. Ain't nothing. Shit, we turn the jeweler up. Just look at the dollars we bust. Look at the people we touch. Shit, I'm feeling like Puffy and Russ.
We not.
Shit like a toilet, little nigga so nasty, I never been flushed.
Nigga, we not feeling like Puffy or Russ. Nigga, Russ had to flee the country. Russ in Bali, nigga. Russ had to flee the country, nigga. Bill Cosby then dropped a roofie on the bitch. Puff Daddy mama is saving up cum as a special ingredient for the macaroni to make it creamier. In Jesus' name, what happened to Heavy Whip? What happened to whipping cream? Puff Daddy mama got cum, a glass of cum, refrigerated in the vegetable section of the refrigerator. And you sit it out at room temp and you drizzle it across the macaroni and you sit it in the oven with foil on it for 45 minutes. 45 minutes. And you get that cheese, because if you want that cheese pull, macaroni is delicious. They say, what you put in macaroni? She said, if I tell you, I gotta kill you.
Well, if for rappers, it came with a kid on it. The shit that you like, it kick it, you spit on it. Hundreds of bands, I put a little shit on it. Open my hand, I had to go flip on it. He want the scoop, she want the tea. She want the tea. I cannot speak. We keeping it street. We keeping it street. I took a loss, but you still gon' get beat. You still gon' get beat. How much it costs? It never been cheap. It never been. Turn your click up, dog. Turn them up, turn your bitch up, dog. Turn them up, turn these streets can't cross it. Cross them up, all these streets need bosses. Cross them up, turn your click up, dog. Turn your bitch up, dog. Turn them up, turn these streets can't cross it. Cross them up, all these streets need bosses. Cross them up.
Big dog, status Bill Huckle. Ball in his mouth for my brother. Oh, your bag, tote the cutter. I got him out the field, fuck us. Going ass L'Oreal about the paddock, and going ass Jordan ass dead. Elite water trying to drown a bitch. Just a habit tricking on a bitch. Shit, I'm thinking I'm cooking a pimp. Shit, I'm cooking up like a dump. Shit, like her first gon' sit nigga trim. Shit, I'm floating the pad in the blimp. Shit, it look like I'm swimming in glass. Shit, I turn on my bitch cause she bad. Shit, I'm making my ex nigga mad. Shit, they go for that coming to man. The nigga heard him, wearing the bag. Piping a bitch, it ain't nigga like I can. Turn up the shooters, the switches go bad. They was some scammers, but no was a pay. Slapping no rap, my dog can fall off. No capping, no bound of a brick. Fuck on your bitch and I told her to call off. Actually, I'm making a quit. I ain't good. Got my little niggas on gold, they ready to hit the stick. Thank you. Got my little bitch on gold, she ready to hit us the dick. Main hitters, call up the gang members, they was already on the lick. Think of amigos, all these drugs and guns that we missing it.
He want the scoop, she want the tea. She want the tea. I cannot speak. We keeping it street. We keeping it street. I took a loss, but you still gon' get beat. You still gon' get beat. How much it costs? It never been cheap. Turn your click up, dog. Turn your bitch up, dog. Turn these streets can't cross it. All these streets need bosses. Turn your click up, dog. Turn your bitch up, dog. Turn these streets can't cross it.
Hey, get the lights up. Get the lights up.
Freaky sneaky. All these bitches trying to get hit. Make a whole win. Give that diamonds on my neck and on my wrist. Niggas ain't bullshit. Come through the club with an F and N in this bitch. Like,
yeah, what's up?
I'ma talk to the kid. Make one wish. I'ma get fried right. Rose and syrup. I'm trying to get high tonight. Serving them pies right. I'ma start dancing as soon as
they hit the light. Jesus P. Christ. What your eat like?
Do you like Miley Cyrus? Do you like Virgil White? I'm on the blues. Talking all blues. Beat it up black and blue. My dog got dog food. If we can't win, nigga, we gon' all lose. So to burn your best friend. I'ma fuck on y'all too.
He want the scoop, she want the.
Only been a few hours, but it feel like days. Only been days, but it feel like months. Been gone for a year, on the like runs. Life move fast and you do it.
Yeah.
I just I'm going what I want.
Put me to sleep and then cook me some food. Her face expression say she thinking too hard, and I can just tell by the vibe. What's wrong? She wanna fuck with me, I'm knowing she scared. She say she don't want no surprise. Or lies. Me, either ain't nobody business. Soon as she see me, them niggas get the business. Deep stroke, she feel when I'm in it. I don't feel I can't even finish her sentence. Treat it like a pacifier. Put me in your mouth like your teeth. I'm digging in and she using the rolls. Gonna fuck around and start breathing. What you want when you hit? Let's go. What you doing tonight? What's up? On you. Wherever we at, we be dropping the low. We be telling each other pull up. This shit got serious. This new situation got me gone. We been at it for a minute. I know it's wrong though. I could just leave alone. I had to double back. I just might lock it down for life. Put her on super max. She got that super wet. She got that boomerang. That shit make it come back. Accident I take something, ended an hour flat. Lost her mind when I had her put it in front of back. Thought she had an asthma attack.
That dick on her. Drop that, dunk that dick on her. She thought she had a heart attack. Woo! 911. Bitch say, call 911. I say, what happened? She say, nigga, you put that dick on me. You ought to be arrested. Get the authorities in here, nigga. This nigga holding weapon of mad destruction. Give me my phone. I say, bitch, don't you call them loud. Ho. Let me get, bitch, I got too much dope in this house. Where's that phone at? And call the loud. That shit is unethical. Nigga, you put that dick on me. Bitch walking in the dark and know her way through the house. Bitch, what is going on? I jumped out the window, nigga, in my drawers, nigga, left. I ain't had nothing but my keys in the coat. Yeah, nigga, that bitch said, I'm finna get the authority out here, nigga. I'm calling ICE. We sending your ass back to Nibiru. That dick don't come from Earth. That ain't earthly dick. Nigga, you an Anunnaki, ain't you? You a 9 ether being, nigga. Yeah, he say. That bitch say, nigga, I'm calling ICE. ICE, baby. Cause your ass ain't from here. I ain't never been fucked like that. And nigga, when I say my head up against the headboard, that don't mean go harder. Bitch, like she just left out a 12-round boxing match with Clarissa Shields. Bitch had knots everywhere. She said, where that phone? I'm calling ICE. What's up, man? How y'all feeling, man? Y'all doing all right? Shit. I ain't go sleep like 3 last night. Stayed up. All of them goddamn books, one by one. I won't see another motherfucking book. But shout out to everybody. If I think them books or something, then I got to backdoor them shirts coming in any day now. Whew, nigga, I'm doomsday prepping for this shit. But my schedule booked up like a motherfucker. And I think it should be good. I think it's a good thing. I think it'll be better when I start making money. And not spending the motherfucker. You know, I'm looking for that day. I need to talk to some of these niggas that been in the game and ask these niggas, how do you do this shit? Shout out to my nigga Raspy Raw. Raspy told me back in the game, Chief, this nigga, don't sell yourself short. Yeah, so who the fuck is this? I don't know that. No answer. No, I don't know, bitch. Who are you? The Laws. So what's up? How y'all doing? While we talking about dick ball, we back to the dick, huh? Well, you been gone. You been out at the BT Award with celebrities and shit. Pop ain't putting no dick on you in a couple days. She coming here with the dick talk. Straight to the dick talk. Yeah, you need to go in the room and turn the TV up. You need to make sandwiches and sit everybody at the table and go on in the back room and turn the TV up. And go on, turn the shower on, turn the TV up and get you one off. You come in my classroom with that foolishness. Coca Tree. Miss Coca Tree, you coming to ATL, Shotty? You coming to ATL? Miss Naya, multi-dimensional being. I'm scared of you. It was y'all know Rick Ross baby mama, huh? She went viral for saying she didn't have a cat, coochie cat, some shit. I didn't see the whole video. I just caught a short. But yeah, she said she ain't got. She said she got a great white shark. We're coming into the age of Aquarius. I thought we were just supposed to get like super downloads, shit like that. I thought we were going into like 5-dimensionals. Right here, we have a multi-dimensional being. Now, Miss Naya, I want you to be honest with me, sis. Multi-dimensional. Do that mean you gonna cheat on me? I just want to know. Are you fucking another nigga in a different dimension? See, cause you could just leave me down here on the 3rd dimension and be sneaking off to the 4th dimension with some nigga. Do that mean you gonna? If goddamn it, Miss Naya, she said, "Don't be scared." Goddamn it, I'm worried. The odds are stacked against me. I'm behind the 8 ball. What you want me to do? You got the ability to lead dimensions. How I know you ain't fucking with no nigga on the 5th dimension? I'm down here on the 3rd dimension. I can't meditate that goddamn long. How I know you ain't astral projested and you out with some motherfucking nigga while you laying next to me playing sleep? You look sleep, but you done goddamn left the body and when it put on a little red dress and some 6-inch heels and you out with some other nigga on the 5th dimension. Yeah, I don't trust it. Fuck it. The body laying here asleep, you on the 5th dimension with a night out on the town in a little red dress with no pantyhose. Nah, fuck that. I want a motherfucker locked in the infirmary. Yeah, I'm looking for something that's locked, that's trapped down here in the 3rd dimensional plane. Yeah, I can't trust it, goddamn it. Oh man, they say that boy, them Democrats something else, ain't they? These motherfuckers got the Mexicans out there going crazy. Boy, high as gas prices is, see, Mexicans, let me tell you something. You motherfuckers then fell for this. It's not gonna help. You ain't gonna do nothing but piss them off, right? You ain't do nothing but piss them off. They finna kick those more schools. You gotta understand, these folks got y'all in a fight that you cannot win. The best thing to do if you're committing a crime is to try to go unnoticed, nigga, not be seen. The hell we doing out here? How you get caught? You out here at a protest and your ass got caught and you ain't got no paper. Nigga, y'all should have got together, and Mexicans are good planning motherfuckers. Usually they programming and nigga they on the same beat. Everybody, nigga, should have said, everybody ain't got no papers, raise your hand. All right, nigga, we need y'all at home. We need y'all doing shit like making tacos and, you know what I'm saying, sack lunches and shit for the day, nigga. We need y'all filling up ice coolers and shit like that. We need, so we can have water and refreshment. Everybody who ain't got no papers, stay back on this one. The fuck you get caught at a rally and you ain't got no goddamn paper. Boy, that's a fight you can't. What the fuck you doing out here? And who's in charge? Who's in charge? Why would you let this nigga, now your numbers low? Everybody who ain't got no papers, you gotta stay back. And now they talking about where's Black Lives Matter? Cause we know they getting paid by the same people. Yeah. This ain't nothing. Now they finna start the new Chicano movement. See, back in the game in Los Angeles, hello somebody, Los Angeles, California, they had the Chicanos. They got up, protested, and they did a walkout. Y'all remember that? The white native $5 Native Americans act like they took over Alcatraz. Boy, I would have took every boat and everything. I would have left their ass on there. You done took over Alcatraz, really? You fool ass motherfucker. I would have turned the water off, hit the power, and took all boats, all wood, everything. Bitch, your ass gonna have to swim across. And I would have just left them there. Bitch, keep the microphone, the lights, the power. I shut the power down, bitch. Talk over your bullhorn, bitch. Yeah. And I would have just left the ass there. It would have been motherfucking skeleton remainings by the time I made it back to that bitch. And we would have goddamn radio carbon dated them and found them and took them back to Siberia. This shit be all the game. Hold on. I need to pull this PowerPoint up. I ain't thinking about this part. The hell is you out here? And these niggas waving Mexican flag. I love Mexicans. I grew up, I've been knowing Mexicans all my goddamn life. Nigga, I'm from Mexico. I'm from Tejas. Texas, nigga. I've been knowing Mexicans all my goddamn life. I don't know no California Mexican. I know Texas Mexicans. And I find it hard to believe that a Texas Mexican would go out there and they ain't got no paper. Them niggas in the taco truck, them niggas doing yard work. Yeah, they not, loud pulling over all motherfucking lawnmower drivers now. Yo, that shit there, they lighten them up. So shit, they gotta find something else to do. Nigga done changed the name on that bitch. That bitch say Johnson and Brothers Company. Make it think a nigga on it. Cause see, that what them white folk was raised up on. Johnson's Brothers lawn care. Williams lawn care. Now nigga got Gomez lawn care. Shit like that. Now you can't even ride with that shit, nigga. They gonna roll you. Soon they they gonna light you up. Nigga that passed that motherfucker, nigga. Nah, come on, man. Rodriguez lawn care. They gonna roll you, fam. They gonna light you up. Rodriguez, huh? Brother Rodriguez. Do you got any papers? Yeah, that shit they ain't even say. Them niggas ride with Wayne Lee Lawn Service. Yeah, them niggas tinted up. Hiding behind tent. Billy Earl Lawn Service. Yeah, them niggas riding them niggas that took it back To where, yeah, them niggas went back to the 80s and the early 90s, nigga. Willie Earl Lee in family lawn care service. Yeah, you got to get them motherfucking Gomez and Rodriguez, nigga. Come on, fam. You gotta be smart about this shit. Cause ICE ain't doing no motherfucking playing. Them niggas ran up in the graduation. Mexican graduated. Walk across stage. Nigga said, Viva Mexico! ICE tackled his motherfucking ass. So that god damn. They let him get the family picture and shit. Soon that the flash went off, nigga, it was a CIA agent really, nigga, took the picture. And 3 goddamn ICE agents tackled the nigga. I said, oh, these niggas are ruthless. These niggas are ruthless. At least he got that picture. Then they asked you want to make this your mug shot or not? I went on let you take the picture. I'm a real nigga. I ain't no old ass nigga. I let you go and get your shit out. Nigga, you educated. You ought to go back to Mexico and make make something of yourself, nigga. nah, this shit fucked up. But it's them goddamn the blue team. We gonna call them the blue team. Same people came up with BLM. Same niggas allegedly ran up in the White House. You know, shit like that. It's man, I fuck around and might need to play the bottom of this lecture. Where my Chicano brothers at? What fucking lecture that was? I wanted to show the Chicano walkouts, but fuck it, I can't find it. I can't find it right now. Sherelle, what the hell your ass laughing at? You better be in Atlanta, or I'm gonna make you go get a motherfucking switch off the tree. Yeah, you gonna pick a switch out the tree, and I'm gonna treat you like we back in Alabama. Where your ass from? Mississippi? One of them motherfuckers. Deep down in the Delta. Don't have your ass out there in Atlanta. Akiri, I saw your ass in there. I saw your ass in here. Akiri over there raising superstars. They going to the NBA and shit. She finna be an NBA mom. Kiri, you know, little Jalen play for Washington. You see how they doing his mama. You go out there, want to be an athlete mama, manager and all that shit to get all the money. Fuck, we don't need an agent, manager, every goddamn thing. But you know they gonna be taking them pictures of you, Kiri. You know they gonna be treating you like that boy Jalen play for the goddamn Redskins. Yeah, taking back shots of you and shit while you talking to the general manager and the coach. Talking about supportive. She showed up and supportive. Nigga, you looking at that ass. You looking at that ass, nigga. Yeah, she's supportive. She showed up to the nigga going on. She's been at OTAs all weekend. I bet you noticed. He said, they at the country reorder deep getting married in the window to citizens. Well, they about to cut that. You know, Trump on some. Even if you marry a U.S. citizen, it don't make you a U.S. citizen. So, yeah, man, it's getting more fucked up. So they really locking the door. Look at her. She say ranked in the 100 for the class 2027. See, your ass gonna be in the magazine soon. Yeah, they gonna have your ass out there acting like they taking a picture of him. They can get a picture of him anytime. And everybody talking about why they always taking side shots of her. Why they always behind her? Proud, supportive mom. Really, cameraman got one job and he knew what to do. Yeah, this bitch going viral. Send this one through the goddamn algorithm. Hips and ass. Duke say Trump should deport his wife. She a male then. Yeah, you know, he imported it in. But keep it real. Do you think they really fucking? You know, sometimes you just need a bitch to stand there and hush. You know, we don't ever hear the bitch talk. You know something? You know, Trump an old man. Trump in his 80s. You really think that nigga fucking on her? Anorexia, motherfucker. Trump a big nigga. That's a pot belly nigga. And he a white boy. Hard to get to that dick. Yeah, more stomach than dick. We got a problem. Yeah, Trump. On damn, yeah. I make money moves. Yeah, sometimes you just need a bitch to stand there and hush. Bitch, hush. Yeah, hush your face, bitch. Just stand there and smile. Yeah, yeah, you know, sometimes I told you that was my bitch, but really that ain't my bitch. That's my friend. This shit all be a game. We don't be knowing what's going on. Okay, kid, we gonna leave you alone. Yeah, sometimes we don't know what's going on. Y'all see that nigga from France? He over there got the nerve. He done married a boy with a motherfucking wig on out there looking like a goddamn Chihuahua dog. Big wig on and shit, big glasses, big wig. With Michael Jackson, plastic surgeon. Yeah, motherfucker got Michael Jackson plastic surgeon. Motherfucker weigh about 80 pounds, soaking wet, and she beef on, bow with a chin shot. Now everybody know gay couples fight more than any, and that's just domestic violence. Laws tired of coming out. I was watching Cops the other day. Nigga jumped out. He said, yeah, we've been in this house about 3 or 4 times. And I'm just like, bitches, break up. You motherfucker want to be gay, but all y'all do is fight. That's what happened when you fucking with the same sex. See, you got a woman, you be like, hey, you better get your mother, get your ass on. You better get on before I make you call your brother over here. Same sex, it's a, you know, you disrespected. We gotta handle this shit man to man. Yeah, boy, they open up the door on the plane. She beef for him, bam, chin shot. I said, oh, this motherfucker trained. They fight out. Yeah, she put it right on the button. Bow, chin shot. Stumbled him. That nigga looked around and smiled at the camera. Yeah, nah, say, yeah, the nigga Macron or whatever the fuck. Michelle, Michelle is she from Chicago? I'm not. Obama don't want to fuck with Mike. Mike, bam, beef for him, get off on him and wrestle him. You know she top heavy. You know she top heavy already. Goddamn, Obama slim nigga. He a slender nigga, and he a Arab. Yeah, she beating beef for that nigga. Got off and wrestled him. Yeah, that ain't even no match. That why he fucking them white hoes now. Man, let get out them folks' business. Let them folks be. Allegedly. Let them folks be. Yeah, long arm got reach over that nigga and everything. If Mike, if Michelle would have hit Obama with one of them old niggas, nah, she would have put him down. That was a chin shot. But the motherfucker don't weigh but 75 pounds. Out here built like Kris Jenner. What's that nigga name that turned to the girl? Yeah. Out here built like Kris Jenner. And yeah, that motherfucker wasn't packing no pop on the punch. But the placement, I'm looking at the placement. See, you gotta watch Olympic boxing. Yeah, that type of shit. That was France. That was through the motherfucker, turned it and everything. placement right up under the chin, right on the chin, in the cheekbone. Yeah, just ain't had nigga weigh 70 pounds. No pop on the shot. Built like a Pop Warner football player. That's what you niggas get. Domestic violence. That's all you get out of that. Talking about scissor. You want to scissor and bump pussies, huh? Okay. You want a sword fight. Well, all that equals is the laws outside. These motherfuckers over here fight. Neighbor calling. I heard a scream from next door. Nigga on cops talking about, yeah, I've been out here this location about 3 or 4 times. Maybe they should seek counseling, maybe they should, part their separate ways. And I just don't know. Like, you motherfuckers, y'all want to fuck with the same race and y'all just fight. Y'all are violent. Bitch on her cycle, you not. She ovulating. Y'all can't bump pussy. I don't know. This shit just crazy. You ovulating and she on her cycle. What the fuck? They told me when women hang around each other, they cycle usually fall on the same. Wait a minute. I might be wrong. Maybe if a nigga fucking 2 bitches raw and they cycle end up coming on the same. I haven't listened. I haven't been in the game for a while now. So I can't remember how it go, but it was something like that. We got a chat full of people. Y'all can help me out. Is it if the women hang around each other, they cycle fall on the same time? Or if it's a nigga running raw dick in both of them, the cycle? What is it? Come on, help me out. Or am I tripping? I think I heard my grandma say this shit or something. I don't know. I can't remember who that was. A dolphin or something. I don't know. You get a lot of knowledge from them dolphins. So I think y'all heard that shit somewhere in the world. Real said, you would know. No, I am the king of condoms. Put that dick on. I don't need no feeling. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap that motherfucker up. I don't need no feeling. Did get the tingle, you ain't gonna make me moan. Yeah, that shit ain't slipping out. I don't need no feeling. You got yours, good. Dab it up. Dab it up. What's that rapper name? What rapper? He said, when I fuck, I don't come. I never come. The little bright nigga, why whatever that nigga name is. Yeah, he said when he fuck, he don't ejaculate. Well, nigga, you ain't fuck. Yeah, nigga, you ain't fuck then. But I adopted his methodology. Yeah, as long as you get to it. Y'all think y'all women, I know y'all don't think y'all just be faking on men like y'all can. Men fake too. We be, oh shit. Nigga ain't did nothing. I got a whole nother session to pull off after this, bitch. I got an hour and a half to go shit shaving, babe, bitch. I gotta and be dressed and be at my next appointment. Yeah, especially if you fuck in the daytime. You fuck in the daytime, nigga pull out. He know he gotta go home and fuck tonight. Back to the topic. What we talking about today? Am my likes up? Y'all nigga going to hell. Y'all going to hell. It's safe, fam. Look at TD say, let's start. See, let see. Yeah, TD say you talking too much. TD say you talking too much, goddamn. When a nigga turn down lunch, you hungry, baby? Nah, you know what? I just ate. Gotta get to an appointment though. Gotta get on back to work. Right. Immigrants' lives matter. So, yeah, they about to come. They got this little whack ass, play going on. and they fighting so hard for these illegals or whatever they call them, right? They still human. But I'm gonna say this, fam. If you was to leave the country and go to somebody else's country, they gonna put your ass on the time limit. You only have a certain amount of time to be there. That's wherever you go. You have a certain time that you can be there, that you need to have your ass out of here. And if you ain't out of here at this time, I'ma handle you. I'ma handle you, or I'ma extort your motherfucking country for some money. One of the two. We got lucky, cause we from America. We got lucky. If you've been around the world, then you wouldn't want to be nowhere else but America. Even though this bitch turning into a third world country, this motherfucker is a third world country too. But she losing her values. She losing what she stood for. That soul trying to come back. They didn't let a white girl in the movement. And the goddamn movie Sinners just came out. She had the BET Awards out there, got looking real awkward. You go out there and you dance, and it's just you solo, camera just on you. Now they put you in a room full of niggas, and you can't move like they moving. And see, that's where the conflict come. But I got a grudge with you country niggas. Listen, I went to the family reunion. Rest in peace to my kinfolk, right? At the family reunion. My first thing, now we from the South, so we having a different conversation than everybody else. However you get down, y'all know my game. Love who, love you. But where we from down here in the country, way back down here in them backwoods, if you bringing motherfucking eggnog to the, come on now, so we pull up, boom, family picture, everybody line it up, elders in the front, everybody line it up, get the kids out. And I came back and I told Treese, I said, woo, just left the family reunion. I'm taking it as a W. It was only one white woman there. I say, hey man, there was only one white woman in attendance. That was it, only one. I take them odds. In the day that we are living in, I take them odds. Only one? Shh. That's a dub. To me, that's a W. God damn it, because I done seen some of you niggas family reunion bitches. You niggas damn near half and half. say, man. Nah, man. I'm laughing because this shit's so for real, bro. Now, how many you had, nigga, at the last? Keep it real. So they didn't brought the white girl to the party, put her on the BET Awards. In Jesus' name. Niggas gonna learn, right? Cause first off, the BET Awards want you. They finna come out, nigga. They gonna try to come take over the culture. The trail rides, you gotta pay $50 to $100 to get in. When the motherfuckers, when we just a year and a half ago, we were praying that motherfuckers showed up. Yeah, we were praying for no rain and for motherfuckers to show up. And now we talking about $150 to $100 to get in, $200 VIP seats, $10 water bottles. All this shit was free just a year and a half ago. Yeah, man, we out there praying for no rain and that a motherfucker show up. And now we out here charging $100 to get in, $20 water bottles. See, you niggas finna get on this nigga shit and fuck it up. Now it's finna be shootouts. Now it's finna be gangbangers. Oh, cause these women got them little bitty Daisy Dukes on and them cowboy and then don't nothing look and they just looking so American. Oh, yeah, you want to pay that $100. But see, now we getting promoters in the game and DJs and nigga, we don't need y'all because we had a live speaker or nigga, we use the same nigga that sung at the church. Yeah, nigga, we gonna use nigga family member. Come on up here, bring your nephew, uncle, nephew, nigga. We gonna go 3 generations of singers in this motherfucker, and now you nigga won't come goddamn take over the culture. Before I go to that, we gonna while the BET Awards going on, Mexicans then goddamn went crazy. And I think they busted me in. That's just me personally. But let's
hour with the protests in downtown Los Angeles. The anger is focused on immigration raids in the community, but destruction and clashes with police have sometimes overshadowed that message.
Police broke up crowds last night and made arrests. Some protesters are seen throwing objects at officers, including what appears to be fireworks. The Justice Department says it has begun prosecuting some of the protesters, and President Trump has deployed 4,000 National Guard troops and about 700 Marines to protect federal personnel and property. Many protesters say they condemn the violence, but want their voices heard.
You've seen videos of people, family being torn apart, and it should break anybody's heart to the point where you want to stand up for those people.
It's our
see, you know what, nigga? I'll go Black Power on your motherfucking ass. I would have made that nigga apologize for slavery, even though white folks ain't do it. Yeah, I would have did the blame game on it. Are you serious right now? What was this energy when y'all were hanging niggas from trees? Yeah, I would have went black nationalist on that nigga ass. I would have race baited the nigga. I'm fuck it. Are you serious? And she got them shades off the TikTok shop. Where them terrorists at? We need them goddamn terrorists back. Them shades come out the TikTok shop.
Job to stand up with them and say that we don't stand for this either. And I'm not really scared of them. I'm more scared of what our country's becoming.
The protests are spreading beyond California, including now to Dallas and Atlanta, Louisville, and New York. Many protesters say it's time.
Atlanta. Hit him. Atlanta. Black European ass Atlanta. Are you serious? The protests have moved to Atlanta, to Georgia. Really? Who's paying for all of this? Who paying for all of this?
To take a stand against President Trump's immigration policies and what they feel is heavy-handed and heartless enforcement.
Nigga, all we see is, look, nigga, we see a strong, united force and army gear. Niggas hide behind the car. These niggas ready to get busy. All of this for nothing. Listen, family, I'll just say this. You got to know when to fight your fight. Now, DeMarco, you got to, look, check it out, DeMarco. send me a message. Send a message on there on the site saying, hey, this is DeMarco. Now, either you sign in with the email that you signed up with, your username, or just say, hey, this is DeMarco. This is my username. This is my email. And then we can automatically just sign you in if you don't know how to sign in. But you should just be able to use your email. But if you need help, like I say, just, like, hey, man, this D, go on push me through there, and I got you. Well, that's one of the big things right there. You waving a flag, that's like gang banging, and you going to another nigga set and you throwing up another flag. Nigga, you are declaring war. You in total motherfucking violation, nigga. You can't do that. So that part, I don't understand.
CNN Stephanie Elam is in downtown Los Angeles. Stephanie, what are you seeing there this morning?
Pamela, I got to tell you, the cleanup work that is happening here in downtown LA is amazing. Just since we've been here, there's been so much that's been cleaning up that has been going on here. This is an Apple store that was broken into and looted. You can see there's blood underneath here, but you can see they're on the process of about to replace this glass. They've been in there cleaning, mopping, cleaning up the stuff that was looted and broken. And you've really got to keep in mind that there are two different...
No, let's keep in mind the fact that it's a so-called Michigan protest. And everything is getting broken. They talking about it's a cleanup, major cleanup going on. And you look in there and you got Hispanics cleaning up. That's fucked up. So
different temperatures here. During the day, you've got people who are protesting ICE and what has been happening as far as immigration. And then at night, there's a very different element that comes out that's just looking for destruction. And we heard the mayor.
Hey, what's them? Remember they caught them white folks tagging Black Lives Matter? What was that little group called? They came out of Oregon and all of that. Look at that handwriting. Look at them symbols. Ain't that the same shit? Now I know they ain't gang banging, X and shit out. But the anarchies or whatever them people were, back in the game. And then some people caught them tagging BLM or some shit. And they were like, hey, nigga, why you write that shit? Yeah, so, this all over again type of shit.
Mayor of Los Angeles, Karen Bass, speak about that specific element. Take a listen.
To see the level of obscene graffiti all over buildings. And I just say that anybody that does that, don't come and say that you are supporting immigrant rights, the rights of immigrants. You can't possibly be supporting immigrants and vandalize our city. You will be held accountable. And frankly,
you know why? Because that shit come out the city pocket. They got to do a contract for somebody to go, nigga, that tagged up the walls. Well, nigga, you tagging in the wrong spot. You tagging, nigga, where people flying in to come spend money here. They gonna feel like it ain't safe. You nigga didn't hit up. We told y'all to tag on this side of town, nigga. Y'all all on my side. Nigga, the mayor office hit up. God damn, nigga. Y'all done tagged the whole motherfucking mayor's office up. And it's coming out of pocket. That's the look, now you will be held accountable. All that mean that nigga, you costing me money. I told you, nigga, what a tag is. Now I'm gonna have the DocuPay. God damn. I done sent you on the mission, nigga. You done hit up my shit too.
frankly need to be separated from the people who are really fighting on behalf of our immigrant community.
And we also heard the police chief from Los Angeles Police Department also echoed that thought, that during the nighttime hours, that's when things completely change. I just want to turn over here with my photojournalist here, Greg Keynes, to show you that across the street here, those white walls all had no ice on them. They all had expletives, curse words, they're gone. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. They're gone. The broken glass that was out here outside of the Adidas stores that's across the street, it's also gone. So it's also really important to put into perspective here, Pamela, that what we're seeing, the city is on it. They're cleaning things up. But also it's a very...
Look who cleaning it up. Y'all seen Jose? Look at Jose.
But also it's a very limited part of the city in downtown Los Angeles that is being impacted by this. The majority on it, they're cleaning things. It's also gone. So it's also really important to put into perspective here, Pamela, that what we're seeing, the city...
Look at Jose. Look who got to go clean it up. Y'all full of shit. Y'all full of shit. Y'all fucking over these people. And the people, listen, if he got a contract, listen, get your money, fam. They want to play political games, and they paying, they get your check, run it up. Yeah, we'll clean this bitch up. Government contract, we'll clean this bitch up. This shit'll be gone by 8 in the morning. Yeah, square business.
He is on it. They're cleaning things up. But also it's a very limited part of the city in downtown Los Angeles that is being impacted by this. The majority.
And that's why the mayor is mad. Because, nigga, you keep that shit on the outskirts and in the hood. Y'all tagging downtown, nigga. I'm getting phone calls from motherfucking multi-billion-dollar companies, nigga. Talking about they shit a nigga didn't brick them. This shit didn't went left, nigga. I tell you, go one way. You want to do what the fuck you want to do. Now, nigga, I hired you for a job, but see, nigga done brought the shit down there where the money at. And even now they call and talking about, hey, look out, man, what the fuck is, yo, why your people them at my shit? Yeah, these niggas tagging hotels, these niggas tagging banks. You better get your shit together. This shit done went left. Somebody say that what you get for hiring them goddamn Mexicans, you know. I call my Mexican, put up my gate, right? You know, we goddamn tornadoes and hurricanes, motherfucker blew my gate down. Why this motherfucker? And so I got a neighbor. So, you know, you go board for board. One board here, one board that way. One is yours, one is his. That goddamn nigga then came and put all the boards on my side. So whenever a hurricane decided to come back through this motherfucker and it knocked the goddamn gate down, it's my motherfucking problem. And I'm just like, boy, and then I feel like the mayor. You tell a motherfucker to do one thing and you leave him unattended and you come back and this son bitch that created me a whole nother motherfucking problem. Yeah, the goddamn it, mayor, I feel where you coming from. Nigga, you got me going in my pocketbook. I sent you had one motherfucking job to do, nigga. That nigga done got all the boys turned on I say, ain't no motherfucking way. I damn near kicked them all down and told that nigga start over. You son of a bitch. If you don't goddamn me go put them boys on, that nigga is responsible for his side. Nigga, this shit cost thousands of dollars. So you mean to tell me every month and hurricane season is upon us, goddamn it. I got an extra motherfucking bill fucking with this. And goddamn Mexican, you did some shit you do good, nigga. Nigga can't put a hole in the wall. I want my TV on the wall. Nigga got a hole in the wall and tried to push the TV in the back. I say, bitch, you finna put sheetrock up on this whole motherfucker and it coming out your pocket. Fuck, I got a hole in my wall. And nigga, back in the game, we called it nigga rig. So you want me to duct tape around it so any motherfucking thing can crawl in the goddamn hole, nigga, and come on in whenever they want to. Nigga, I shouldn't know when it's raining outside, nigga. I should, yeah, bitch, you finna put a whole nother wall up. Who opens the whole goddamn wall to put a TV on there? You son of a bitch. Yeah, so I feel the mayor. Nigga, your ass will be prosecuted.
of the city. It's business as usual.
Just to follow up on that, Stephanie, how many blocks? Because I think a lot of us are trying to conceptualize, you know, how big this is, or small, if you will. How many blocks?
It's the majority of it's really small. So, like, if you were to see where you may have seen CNN anchor Sarah Seidner, where she was by the federal buildings over there by the courthouse, that's about a mile away from where I am. So there's been widespread graffiti, but the actual destruction has been more contained, and it's all downtown. You're not seeing this in other parts of the city. It's just not spread outside of downtown. And this is generally how things go here in Los Angeles. When we have protests, especially about immigration, ICE, it happens downtown. This is standard. It's not widespread throughout the entire city.
All right, Stephanie Elam in Los Angeles. Thanks so much, Stephanie.
California has filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration, asking a judge to declare the mobilization of National Guard troops unconstitutional. And the state also wants the court to prevent future deployments. With us now is the Attorney General for the state of California, Rob Bonta.
Boy, they left them soldiers ass outside. Y'all seen it? And then Newsom tweeted, look at Trump. He got his soldiers sleeping outside. Nigga, a soldier's a soldier. The fuck you want him in a nice comfortable bed here? No, nigga, he's a soldier. Nigga, you sleep sitting up, you sleep standing up, sleep up against a tree, you a goddamn soldier, nigga. Yeah, you a soldier is a soldier. We ain't what you want the nigga eating out clean spoons and forks and knives. Hell nah, I want a soldier to be a soldier. Nigga, you got a job to do. Nigga, go get busy. A soldier don't need to be on no motherfucking Posturepedic mattress with no goddamn NASA engineered foam pillows. Nigga, hell nah. Nigga, lay your ass, get a shoe. Take your left shoe off, nigga, or your right shoe, and put it behind your head as a pillow. Nigga, we know how to, nigga, get it how you live, nigga. A soldier need to be a goddamn soldier. You want us to rent hotel rooms for these niggas and give them room service. You a goddamn lie. Nigga, you need to be a soldier.
Thank you so much for being with us. I'm pretty sure that you've heard the president here just moments ago echoing his Homeland Security Secretary. He said that these are paid protesters mostly in Los Angeles. What's your reaction to that?
People who peacefully protest and make their voices heard, consistent with their rights under the First Amendment, who do it lawfully, who do it safely, or are a core.
Everybody stop playing with me for I goddamn send Pop a paddle, a leather paddle. Cause you probably need an ass whooping. Keep it up. I'm sending Pop a leather paddle with horsehair on it. Keep it up. Yeah, I said Posturepedic or whatever the fuck. Peter Piper, one of the motherfuckers.
Part of our democracy. We have a government of, for, and by the people. Most of the folks who are protesting peacefully. Of course, we often see those who see this as an opportunity and to agitate and get involved in criminal activity, and those folks should be held accountable and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Local law enforcement has been doing just that. But peaceful protesters organically rising up to share their thoughts and call out.
Man, shut that shit up, nigga. Listen. Man, shut that shit up. And the reason why I'm saying that, because I'm coming from a perspective while I was in the motherfucking country. Nigga, look, I just left Jamaica. Nigga, they give your ass a paper, nigga. On that paper, it say, nigga, your ass got 90 days. That's what that paper told me. Enjoy, have fun, spend a whole lot of US dollars. But in 90 days, if you don't have your ass away from here, I got somewhere for you to go. And nigga, your ass gonna be eating soup and porridge. Do you hear me? Your ass will be eating soup, hot soup, maybe cold, and motherfucking porridge. Yeah, nigga, if your ass ain't out my country in 90 motherfucking days, nigga. So yeah, I can't feel bad for a nigga. A nigga just told me the other day, you got 90 days. And if you ain't out of here, you belong to me. Yeah, what I did, I got my ass on that plane and I got back to America. And then I got real tough. I said, y'all wish a nigga come over here and say that shit, nigga. Yeah, nigga, what's up? Nigga, come over here and say that shit. Yeah, I got real tough when I got back to America. Who the hell this nigga think he talking to, nigga? Yeah, nigga, I'm finna join the Navy. OG, I'm born here. No salt, no pepper. Hell nah. Man, listen, man, Tom Holdman came out already. They said we not fucking with nigga, we not fucking playing. Fuck around and body me a nigga. Man, they out there, look at them boys. Man, that nigga, they drove these in Afghanistan. Say, fam. You want to, is this what we doing? Is this what we doing? Shit, nigga out there, nigga full gear. And they got the tanks. And you see this motherfucker that's sitting right here at the top? You want no problems with that son bitch. You see at the top of it, you see, look up here at the top. At the top of it, you want zero problems with that son bitch. That bitch go through wall. See this brick wall? That nigga will drop this whole side of this motherfucking wall and open the inside of this cafe up. You don't want no problems with that son bitch up there. So yeah, they out there, they say, nigga, we gonna show force. And nigga probably fly a B-2 bomber over the top real low. And that motherfucker might snap some goddamn them pretty trees out there in California, nigga. We might zoom a B-2 through this motherfucker just to let you nigga know a show of force, and we get on your ass at any time. You listen to them Democrat, if you them blue team, if you want to. Oh shit.
Situation under control.
Yes, and I will tell you something. He sent out a message Saturday night saying that the reason why the protests and the vandalism was quelled was because of the brilliant work of the National Guard. The National Guard was not even in Los Angeles. They had not even been deployed at that time. As your guest previously said, and I so appreciated their comments, the National Guard has one mission, and that is to protect a building. And that has nothing to do with the protests that you're seeing in the streets. So that's 100 soldiers. What are another 1,000 going to do protecting one building? And then he's going to send in the Marines to do what? I don't know what these people are going to do. As your previous guest said, these are several.
You don't know what they gonna do? Well, tell them people to get, well, call you over the police department, have LAPD, have Crash, right? Have all of these entities y'all got, go make them niggas go in the house. If not, then I will. That's what they doing. You don't know what they doing? Well, we finna treat this bitch like we in Iraq. Fuck it.
Several isolated streets in downtown Los Angeles. It is not even all of downtown Los Angeles. So painting this like this is, 1992 all over again, when it was citywide civil unrest has nothing to do with the situation that you're looking at now. And frankly, it's just provocative. It was almost as though the administration wanted to see chaos in this city. I appealed and said, please do not do this, because all it's going to do is agitate people. And that's exactly what you're saying.
You mentioned that.
Yeah, it's this Mexican guy. He going viral, B. And he say, and you know, he done been on the level 4 yard and everything in LA. Yeah, I'm looking at his tattoo. But he say what's tripping him out is that people are waving Mexican flags with pride, but they're in America. They don't want to go back to Mexico, but they're in America waving Mexican flags with pride. And he confused about it, B. So I get it. And this how we know that it's paid. And you know, this shit no different than BLM and them fake ass riots and movements. This go back to the civil rights era where they was training people how to do sit-ins, how they train, you know, you had the Chicano walkouts in East LA. You know, things like this. Yeah, this is not their first rodeo. But LA is like the hub. When they walked out in the African studies and shit like that, that was in LA. Those languages and a lot of that funding. You go watch that Joe Brown and USM, and he, you know, we speak about these African languages coming into UCLA, into, you know what I mean, these California schools where college at that time was free. So it's the same game over and over. But this is a game that they can't win. And they had the nerve to say that we're talking shit, but if they do that to the immigrants, then what they gonna do us like that next? Nigga, what the fuck they gonna send us? They ain't got no. Only thing this thing will do is reveal, because we seen them hit the Native Americans. They popping reservations. Them niggas out there at the res. And then they showing up at graduations. They going to work site, construction sites. I'm talking about they hitting targets. And I'm talking about ever since last year, bro, they ain't let up. And so that's what this is about. Because they brought millions in. But this administration have removed millions. And a lot of those people that they brought in, they were using them for cheap labor. We just call it what it is. And it's affecting them. They didn't know that they was going to be able to move that fast. And it's affecting them. Places like California, see? Judge Joe Brown, I shot my little shit out there. Oh, well, they only doing this here to do this and that, bring the immigrants in. And he said, no, they not. You know how that nigga talk. You better not be wrong around that nigga. He gonna jab, he gonna counter punch. So he tell me, you know, half of that is right. But the real reason is when you create other jurisdictions, more courthouses, more areas where you can bring in state representatives. You need populations in these places. So that is what the immigration is, and that's why they're locating them to specific areas. Same thing they did with reservations, same thing they did with marking area codes for, you know, inner cities. So boom. So it made sense. So he's saying basically the more the population is, you can bring in representatives, politicians, and this will help you, or, you know, whichever side you on, stay in power. But you need a population there. and a lot of these populations are being depleted. And one of Trump's goals is to make the government more smaller, even though it's going to cost even a lot of our people jobs. But they want to shrink the government. Other side want to make it larger, but if you're going to make it larger, you need a larger population of people. Because little country town, they count inmates that's locked in prisons there, and they count cattle. Now, we can get real human bodies and use them as cheap laborers to build the infrastructure, then it's a win-win. And we can go through government contracts and, you know, what Trump called it, a kickback. So, yeah, for this to come out, for me looking at it, it looks like somebody is being financially hurt. Somebody had an agenda, and this counters their agenda. I.e., you know, investment is gone wrong, or nigga losing money, or niggas pulling out, you know, because they don't have that body or that population, you know, what they wrote down on paper. And these motherfuckers been going and they haven't been letting up. I mean, to tackle a nigga at graduation, you gotta be a low down dirty dog. Yeah, that's low. That is low. But hey, you know, when you on go, nigga, if it's go time and nigga green light, then nigga got green light on them.
1992 situation that was after the Rodney King verdict, and we saw those riots in the streets. But you have accused the administration of using your city as a test case for taking over local control. So far, it appears these troops are only guarding federal buildings. Do you see the administration already encroaching on your authority?
No. What I was referring to is they took over the authority from the governor for the National Guard. And so federalizing troops when the troops were not requested. I didn't make a request, the chief of police or the sheriff. The sheriff is the one who officially makes the request. No one asked for help. Yes, there was violence. Yes, there was vandalism. But we have a law enforcement community here beyond Los Angeles Police Department.
Okay, so how many people got arrested? How many people did y'all detain? See, you tripped out when you agreed that. So now it's probable cause. And you have a relationship with, not a good one. You had one with the last administrations. And that's where it's coming from. So Gavin Newsom say he ain't need their help. That's why he left the soldiers outside. But cool, they soldiers, fam. That ain't shit. Nigga be in the woods, nigga in the mountains. You going through buds and shit, nigga. You by yourself in the mountains. This light work. Nigga, I'm finna set up a spot where I'm sleeping at, nigga. Sleeping here tonight. And that might be in the motherfucking under a rock in a tree, nigga. And all type of animals gotta come to this river to get water and shit like that, nigga. So, and you solo. You feel me? And you gotta navigate the stars and a goddamn compass, nigga, to figure out where you are and where you need to be. So we don't give a fuck about a nigga laying on the ground. Homeless niggas do it every night. Go down Skid Row where y'all was paid millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars. And then Newsom turn around and say he don't know where the money went. So it's so much shit with y'all. In these places we see people of color in leadership positions. Y'all, we saw y'all fight for the Haitians and the Cameroons and the people that came through the Mexican border. Y'all asked for citizenship for them. And now we're seeing y'all using the Hispanics now. And it's becoming very obvious, I'll just say.
we have sheriffs, we have 88 cities in the county of Los Angeles. So mutual aid from any of those departments could have happened. And when they were needed, it did happen. A few days later, the chief did ask for mutual aid, but we did not need national troops.
I want to play what Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem said about you and your city this weekend.
I served with her in Congress before she was ever mayor. And she is a train wreck of a mayor now that is endorsing these kind of activities, has allowed her city to be completely devastated with crime. And now she's holding press conferences talking about the fact that people have the right to peacefully protest and that they're a city of immigrants. Well, they're not a city of immigrants. They're a city of criminals.
Oh, wow.
Mayor, what's your response?
Well, you know, sometimes when such outlandish statements are made, they're just beneath the dignity of her office. And what she is saying is absolutely ridiculous. We are not a city of criminals. We are a city where crime has gone down significantly. Does crime still take place? Of course. We have a number of issues here and we have been resolving them. But the idea that we are a city of criminals is just very unfortunate.
Meantime, more federal forces are arriving. But here's what President Trump said all the way back in 2020. Listen.
Look, we have laws. We have to go by the laws. We can't move in the National Guard. I can call insurrection, but there's no reason to ever do that. Even in a Portland case, we can't call in the National Guard unless we're requested by a governor.
Again, that was his stance in 2020. So what's changed?
Well, I don't think anything has changed. I think
experience. What you mean? What have changed? Experience. People around you who know the law. Yeah, it say that, but at the same time, each state is basically like their own country or sovereign land, but they all fall under the U.S. So the president, by the Constitution, has the right to run up in your shit, and you have the right to bang it out with him if you think you gotta win. So what it look like is y'all don't think y'all have a win, because they have their own army and National Guard and all of that, but who run it? See, paperwork and titles and all that shit, I always tell people, bro, you only as solvent as what you can protect. If I send them goons in there, can you hit back? Hell no. So guess what? You ain't gotta tell me. I'm looking at the news. Y'all pumped that shit in the news and said what it was. Oh, protest and riots is going down. And y'all, okay, well, I'm gonna take care of it since you not. After you admitted that it's crime and looting and all this shit going on, well, I'm sending them hitters in. Y'all ain't say that shit about Ferguson when Obama sent. Yeah, y'all ain't say that. Say nothing about Ferguson.
Well, maybe this. Maybe he does not have the individuals in the White House who tried to tell him to put on the brakes. Maybe that's what has changed, but I don't know.
That is what changed. We have smarter people in the White House who know constitutional law and nigga, not this new shit, not these codes, not this shit y'all made up, nigga. Legally, nigga, they are under us. The United States paid for California. We can run in it. I can, politely ask you, but at the same time, by law, I can run in that motherfucker. And you ain't got no win. So yeah, what has changed? That was his first term. This is his second one. It's experience. It's people around you. Everything, all the moves that he making, that shit going to the federal, that shit going all the way up to the Supreme Court, and they're winning. And they're basing it all off constitutional law. And it like you getting outboxed because a lot of the shit that y'all was doing was unconstitutional. Even with the birthright citizenship, you making motherfucker citizens off of something that when we go back to the law or what was birthright citizenship here, we find out that it's only for one motherfucking people, and that's us. Y'all done included everybody else. And it's motherfuckers that look like us who they gonna put out there as the figurehead. Especially when something like this, you gonna get all the blame. Look at Lightfoot. We ain't seen her since. That nigga down in Louisiana for the hurricane. We ain't seen these. I think they tried to lock his ass up or something. But this happens over and over and over again, and y'all continue to get played or be the puppet.
Do know is what is happening in Los Angeles. And until the raids stop, I am going to be concerned about fear and tension in the city, people going to work and not knowing whether or not.
Somebody said, explain how the U.S. bought California. It's called the 1848, the Treaty of Hidalgo, Guadalupe. Treaty of Hidalgo, Guadalupe, 1848. You can say a nigga bought it, or you said a nigga whooped the nigga ass for it. Back then, you had to bust your pistol. So it was a war took place. Afterwards, all we know is that motherfucker ended up in Union control. That's what I'll say. They bust their gun, and they told us that a nigga signed a signature. I don't know. I didn't know dead men can sign signatures. So I say this: you're only as sovereign as what you protect. And if the U.S. run up in your shit, and at that time they had the Southeast Indians on their side, Buffalo Soldiers. Well, that was 1848, but they still had some most of the Indians created it, and you just had to bust your pistol, man, at that time. So your only sovereign is what you can protect. So if they bought it or they took it, one of the two is today it is theirs until a nigga come take it back.
They're going to be able to get home that evening. We have people who are showing up, who are in the country legally, showing up to the immigration office for their annual appointments, maybe sometimes even bringing their families, and then getting detained. So the raids do not help our city. We are a city.
Yeah, it's a setup. Yeah, you know, back in the game, them niggas will call you. Hey, you want to cruise to a carnival? Yeah, come up and pick up the tickets, and it's the laws. Funniest shit I seen, right? This little town, they did thing on niggas who was on old back child support. And so they told them that they had won awards to football games, NFL games, and you know, Disney World tickets, and you know, they had the news there and everything, and all the people coming, you know, them niggas were picking up their little checks, and nigga, the laws jumped out on them. All them niggas had warrants. They were behind on child support payment. I say, boy, the game fucked up.
Of immigrants.
So nigga, I'm looking on the paper. I see when your next checkup, nigga. So I'ma be there. Nigga hit the car before they get in the door, nigga. Zip ties. Yeah, zip tie the whole motherfucking car.
And there are sectors of the workforce that are dominated by immigrant labor. And so the economy of our city does not need this. We are 12 months away from the World Cup, and we're trying to bring our city together to beautify our city. And look at what has happened now. The White House instigated this by having ICE raids in our city. They are telling us that they're going to have raids for the next 30 days. Right. So you know, then that has a whole sector of the population on pins and needles. You were talking about.
There go that word population come up. Population just so happened to pop up. Now, Judge had to lace my chucks for me. Oh yeah, one thing I thought, I said it was political to keep the political power, but not understanding, so Judge Joe Brown had to lace my chucks up. And right now, what did she say? The population. And they told them, nigga, we finna hit every day. And they hitting 2-3 times a day. They coming in the middle of the night with night vision goggles on, nigga, and everything. Hitting. And they say they finna run this, so that's gonna decrease the population. So they whole little plan is falling apart. And this is them trying to fight back. She don't seem too confident.
About someone doing childcare, a nanny in an individual's home, or your landscaper, your gardener, people who are small business owners, people who contribute to our economy in multiple ways. And so to disrupt that hurts the economy of Los Angeles and is the opposite of what we need to be doing to prepare for the World Cup.
We were told there were, in fact, 5 more immigration raids just yesterday alone in the Los Angeles County area. Border czar Tom Homan says anyone, including you, could be arrested if you cross a line and impede law enforcement or knowingly harbor undocumented immigrants. Are you concerned that you could be arrested?
No, I'm not concerned that I could be arrested. And that's just an unbelievably irresponsible statement for somebody to make who I was on the phone with an hour before the statement was made. So he is referencing if I were to intervene, maybe hit a federal officer or something. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Nigga made the call. They on bullshit. Fam, they on bullshit. Nah, fuck it. They on bullshit. Hey, y'all seen Germany come give Trump his father birth certificate? See, a lot of people missed it. And then they saying Trump and Elon beefing. Understand this. You had the Boers War of 1898, right? You had World War II. The South Africans that are down there, they rode with, they were part of Hitler crew. And then they brought Trump there. And niggas not even understanding it's a bloodline connection there. So you got to read between the lines. But so I think that's a fake beef. They ain't really, it's a fake beef. But it's a diversion to try to keep niggas up off of them because they don't want them two together. So much that they'll come out. Ain't nobody revealed that Martin Luther King and JFK was related through their Irish bloodlines. Shout out to Judge Joe Brown. Obama kin to the Bushes. Bush and Dick Cheney was cousins, and they both was president and vice president. That's how this shit run. That's how this shit go.
It's like the other comment that was made. Do you spend your time, responding to comments that really rob dignity out of the offices that they serve in?
If you've been on the phone with Homan or other administration officials, what is the level of coordination at this point?
Well, there's not coordination. I mean, I had one conversation with him, and again, I was trying to explain to him why we did not need federal troops in Los Angeles, and obviously my conversation didn't go anywhere.
What do local business owners need to know if ICE shows up at their workplace?
Well, I think it's very important for people to know their rights. And when you're talking about business owners, they could be undocumented as well as their employees. But you don't have to cooperate. You can, remain silent. There's a know your rights, a series of things that individuals can do and business owners. But, you've seen pictures of people around the country. I saw a woman in a car, man in a car, and he was waiting for his attorneys, and ICE just broke the windows of his car and dragged him out. Now, we've not seen anything like that here in Los Angeles. I certainly hope that we do not. But what is normal practice, like if you are detained, you're allowed to see your attorney who is representing you, for your family to know where you are. This is not happening in this case.
Mayor, before I let you go, I mean, there is the immigration raids, which of course kicked off the unrest and the upheaval. People want to resist what is happening to their friends and their neighbors and other members of the community who are contributing in their community. And then there's the issue of the National Guard troops moving in, the Marines being deployed. What do you see as the stakes in this moment?
Well, the stakes in this moment is, number one, our preparation for next year, quelling the fear and the terror that goes through families, people not sure they should go to work, kids not sure they should go to school. It's the sense of uncertainty and fear that is rampant in the city right now. And so to me, what I say to Angelenos is that we absolutely have to stand together in a time like this. We do not want to allow anyone to divide us. We have a strong history of supporting immigrants. And I, as mayor, am going to do everything I can to keep Angelenos safe, regardless of why they came here, when they came here, or how.
Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass, thank you again for your time.
Thank you for your time.
That's something that I'm still trying to figure out. Where does AI fit with a large majority of Black and brown laborers, as they like to put it? But what this is trying to say, that there will be no middle class. Quite as it's kept, the middle class was killed off during this past quarantine. They already put it out there that the middle class is gone. They also put out there that the the Social Security funds for people that's supposed to retire, that haven't even been depleted. So economically, we're not looking at a great future, especially for Black American households, right? And we know about the 2053. It says, despite an overwhelming increase in Black income over the last couple decades, the study says that if current trends continue, the median wealth of Black Americans will fall to $0 by 2053. So though you have more families that are, I guess, for this day and time, they're trying to own more businesses. They are trying to own more homes. They're trying to become better investors. What they're trying to say is that it's still not enough on a nationwide scale, right? And places like Atlanta, I guess that would be more of like what it looks like to have somewhat of a Black Mecca, where you have different social status when it comes down to the so-called Black race in America, where that type of environment is not a nationwide picture that we have, unfortunately. Especially where I am in New York, definitely not. Black Americans, we're being pushed out of the city. They actually wrote an article about how the rising cost of living is intimidating Black American people and forcing us to have to move to the South. Not only us now you have Black immigrants starting to feel that pressure as well. So you're going to start seeing even this influx of Black immigrants coming to the South already. This is going to start changing the dynamic of that authentic, we say, Southern culture. I like to say the authentic Black American culture, in a sense, because that it was one of the long last thresholds we had of authenticity of what it means to have indigenous stronghold cultures in this country for us melanated people. So with them trying to place immigrants strategically, they're putting them in, I heard they're putting a lot of the Africans in Oregon, Montana. They got a lot of Afghan refugees in Montana too, in Utah. They're strategically placing these people around the country in these dying white majority towns and cities. So they want to revive these areas, but they're not really giving them an economic playing field. So even with the tech field, right? As more immigrants come and influx that field, of course, the wages are going to drop too, right? So this commodity now, it's hot to do now, but we're going to be in a world where coding is going to be probably just like having a job at a call center. You're going to have to do it because this type of age that we're moving in with AI and all these other things, you're going to kind of have to be in tune with that. And we just saw with Facebook as well. Facebook has turned its website, his platform into a metaverse. Right. So we're already seeing this transition happen to where we're getting into a more virtual reality. And I would say there's not a lot of pushback. So everyone's focused on the vaccines, everyone, and that's the thing with vaccines, because they can do that. They can have you focus on this one thing, and everyone's. Go ahead. Say that again.
We got to call it the V word.
Oh, I'm sorry, the V word. Sorry. Okay, the V word. I hope they don't take the video down. But yeah, the V's everyone's focused on the V, and what's really happening is that we're looking at an economic shift in our society, and they're putting the celebrities in our faces. So you kind of feel like, we on the up and up. People owning businesses, we got online stuff going on, but the way how they're about to flip this, it's almost like you want to say these are like evil geniuses, because you're like, how are they so smart, but they're not that smart, because if I get it, somebody else can get it. Right, but we're so distracted that you're like, damn, they about to get away with this. They're about to do it. So then we're talking into.
If y'all don't know who that is right there, that was my little tag team partner, the female top cat, goddamn Miss Shane, goddamn, and we finna drop some shit, and it's like Nostradamus. Cause this shit like 3 years old, and watch how we walk it down and what it applies for today, and the plan that they actually have for us. As we see, they're putting all their energy into immigrants and have been doing so for a long time, even under the Obama administration with the DACA programs and things like this, and breaking down the wealth. Right here, Black Americans will fall to zero by 2053. This the type of shit they planning for.
The mass immigration, right? Okay, let's hop into global citizenship. Okay, this is a new thing they're going to try to imply now.
Hey, where she go,
what
bro?
They're going to do, they're going to use the universities to push.
Hey, where she go? Now, I talked to her yesterday. She's still around. She just ain't, she'll be back soon, But yeah, she'll be back.
Citizenship.
She probably in here listening right now.
And they're gonna say, okay, well, if you want to go to school, you can go to school anywhere in the world, because we are a big global community. Of course, those are going to be the people that's going to go out into the workforce once they graduate. And guess what? They want that real global citizenship. They want a global passport. So this whole thing of immigration, this is going to be a thing of the past with a one world government, a one world order. They want there to be borders, no borders. They want this to be where you can go where you can go, you can whatever. There's no ownership to land. This was an argument of the white Australians. Their argument was that it's not fair that the Aborigines in Australia get to have sovereignty. It's not fair because no one should be able to own the planet. And in that case, once again, that's going to tie you right into you will own nothing and you will be happy. So, yeah, you want to hop into that article, because that is one of the articles I saw a while ago. And that's right on the money of where we're going. No ownership of homes, everyone renting or living in like a pod somewhere. Education might just be free, who knows? But there's going to be certain degrees that if you don't take these degrees, you're going to be shut out of society. I'm telling you right now, if you're into the arts, you might want to do that as a hobby. You might want to tell your kids do that as a hobby, because we're going this society, if you plan on participating, we are going fully digital. Okay. Classrooms, fully digital. Okay. Don't be surprised if you're going to have a hologram in your room, and because the teacher's teaching the kids.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying for real. If when it's time, because when you wake up in the morning, your shower gonna come on, your food gonna be ready at a certain time. Your coffee gonna already be made. Like, and it's crazy. My daughter's 7 years old, and I'm talking to her about some of these things, but she only know the world that she's lived in. But I'm explaining to her by the time she's my age what the world is gonna look like, and I'm showing her some of these things, and she tripping. She like, nah, this is crazy. Nah, ain't no way. But it's the reality is when she is my age, she gonna be riding in flying cars and shit. She not gonna have to do nothing if everything is gonna be digital, like you're saying. And but what we need to pay attention is these motherfuckers. They playing, like you said, it's no sovereignty, ain't no such thing. Yeah, what is that? Sovereignty. What they doing right now? They run an open border program. So when Biden come in and say he gonna make 11 million immigrants U.S. citizens, nigga, this is open borders. Okay, flood this bitch. And when Trump was saying, hey, we gonna build a wall, niggas was riding with them hoes talking about, oh, he racist. He wrong for that. Now, that's why these niggas run around there talking about we need a wall, nigga. Because these hoes up to something. Even with the passports and shit, the traveling, these motherfuckers, everybody gonna be able to go everywhere. And so what's gonna take place right now, you have the scramble, you had the scramble for Africa. Well, now it's a new scramble for Africa. Okay? It's also a scramble for America. All this shit you said. You know, now they got Russians armies in motherfucking Colorado and shit they talking about. They got Russians in Africa, nigga. They got Africans speaking Russian. What are you talking about? Africans out there speaking Russian, nigga. Everybody out there getting their shit, building their shit up. Any piece of land you can find around that hoe, nigga. Niggas are trying to claim it. Any piece of land you can find around there, them niggas trying to claim it right now. And far as this sovereignty situation, look at London. You look at London, you'll see people you'll never see nowhere else. That's how mixed up they is there. The babies coming out looking like some shit you ain't never seen before. You know, all of this mixing and shit. Ain't no sovereignty, nigga. These immigrants flooding in, you know what they gonna do? They gonna let them buy property. Okay? They gonna let them buy property and shit. Like they said, 2053, they don't plan on you having shit. Hold on, let me go through that article.
Yes, we got to do that article. Oh yeah, and I see the chat. Someone said, I have a friend from Senegal. He speaks fluent Russian. Let me tell you something. I was on Clubhouse, and every time I speak to some of these Africans, they in school in another country. Right. And I had to ask the dude. I said, excuse me, let me ask you a question. How are you from Kenya, but you in school in Malaysia? I'm like, what's the connection there? He's like, oh, I just had an opportunity. I said, oh, it's just that simple, huh? I said, because it's like y'all are like globetrotters. Like, how the fuck y'all be getting around so easily? I still can't quite put my mind around it because I'm like, I don't see enough so-called Black Americans having that type of opportunity. But every time we talk to Africans who are in college, they're somewhere in the world. And this is how you know it's a global effort and they understand where the new power lies. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's them damn African, them niggas is everywhere, man. German, them niggas speaking German and everything, you know, marrying German women and shit. Australia, them niggas in London deep. They in Dubai, stupid deep. You would think Africans run that the UAE. Them motherfuckers so deep out there. But you wanted to go into the article?
Yeah, let me you know what? Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna pull up on my computer.
Okay.
What's the website again? I'm gonna put up on my computer so I can read it more clearly. The Guardian. Okay, 1 second. Give me 5 seconds, y'all. All right, here we go. All right, it says the median wealth of Black Americans will fall to zero by 2053. And this article was it came out 2017, so about 4 years ago. I do remember when this article first came out, and I was talking about it, and a lot of people kind of shrugged it off because it's like, well, I got a house and I'm doing good. So, people quite, they say like that is propaganda. And I have family members say the same thing. Like, oh, they're just putting that stuff out there as propaganda. They want you guys to manifest that, so it's going to happen, right? All those things could be true, right? And probably is true. And which is why it's important that we do dodge the hijack, but we do pay attention to potential hijacks at the same time. But I'm gonna see where we at from the beginning. Let me see if I can skip down a little bit. Skip down to where it says by 2020, the median Black and Latino households. You can scroll down right there. Yeah, right there. All right, so I'm going to read right above that graph real quick. It says, by 2020, the median Black and Latino households stand to lose nearly 18% and 12% of the wealth they held in 2013, respectively, while median white household wealth increases by 3%, the report states. At that point, just 3 years from now, white households are projected to own 86 times more wealth than Black households and 68 times more wealth than Latino households. So what I take away from this, right, and we do know that this country is moving into a white minority country. You won't have that white identity in the sense of what we know it as white identity, though we do know that Hispanics can sometimes claim white, claim Black, or claim Hispanic. So that class of people, they are very finicky class of people because you don't really know which way they're going to shift. You don't really know which way they're going to go. So as of right now, what I'm seeing with the white wealth increasing, we did hear about Biden say that he was going to give aid to the what we talked about last time. The minority of business owners in America are now white men. And Biden, I remember from the beginning of the year, he wants to give aid to minority business owners. Well, the new minority business owner is the white man. So they're going to get that aid, as well as that family that the white man comes from. He's going to get the aid. They're going to get certain advantages, maybe even some sort of another welfare system that's going to support them to stay at a certain economic level. Is that still going to put them in the haves and have-nots, like on the side of having? Probably not. But there'll be this invisible buffer class, as well as I predict the Indian, the Asian, and the African, mainly Nigerians, will be that invisible buffer class that's there. There won't be a middle class, but there will be a strong buffer class. I do see that happening. So if I scroll down a little bit more, it says, with the U.S. set to become majority minority. Okay, I just read this part. We talked about that by 2044, X, Y, and Z. It says that, I'm going to scroll down a little bit more. The middle class didn't just happen by market forces, and the whiteness of the middle class didn't just happen by market forces. Both were intentional. And that said Diedrich Asante Muhammad. And it says take home ownership, which has long been the primary means by which Americans of modest and middle class income are able to build generational wealth. After the broken promise of 40 acres and a mule to newly freed slaves, virtually nothing was done to endow Black Americans with a share of wealth generated by centuries of slave labor. The same labor that directly or indirectly helped to build most of the wealth enjoyed by white Americans. Now, I think this is kind of going to go into that your secondary topic with Yvette Carnell and ADOS and the movement to somewhat secure that 40 acres and a mule for the Black slave labor. But then the problem comes into what about the American Indians, some of us that did not go through the slave labor? What about us that had wealth and we were either extorted out of wealth, we were tricked out of wealth, we were signing papers that we did not know out of wealth? Where will we fit into that fight? So I think sometimes that's where the contention comes between us and ADOS, because they're trying to figure out what we're trying to get. And it's like, well, it's kind of like what you want, but it's more so about the land. And we have a rightful claim to that land, right? So generational wealth building, we need that land back. We really do. and we need more than 40 acres. Okay, if some of these white families were able to squat on land of 1,000 acres or more, I need about 1,000 acres or more myself. All right, 40 acres is not enough to house my whole family. So with that being said, I guess I'll scroll down a little bit. Like I said, the Latino community, what it reminds me of is that they're going to just be the new, I don't want to say slave class, but they are going to be a low paying wage class, and they're going to permanently be that class. And my question for the so-called Black American class is, where do we fit in this picture? Because we're coming to $0. Now, I did not see nothing about the Hispanic community are going to be worth $0 by 2053. I didn't see that. They only said the Black community.
That's a fact.
They made that very clear, that your ass gonna be $0. Out of all the economic groups that are coming here, they made sure they delineated from the Nigerian, the Kenyan, the Jamaican, the Barbadian, or whoever else, wherever people are coming from. They made sure to let you know that it is sort of a lineage of people here that will be $0. And that's my concern, because then that lets me know that this seems like a targeted attack. And once we become the targeted attack of that, then I have to say, then what's next? So let's just say we do come into being $0 by 2053, God forbid, right? What place are we then? What's the end game for that? Is this where we go into Africa now? Because Africa is currently building up their Wakandas, as we're about to get into. Is that where we're going to go next? And where will we fit in a society like that with $0 net worth? You know, these Africans, they come in ready. They're going back home with education. By the time
we get right.
By the time they go back to Africa, they got the education, they have the money, they have the skills, and their generation, because a lot of them, it's going to be their kids going back. So their kids are going to be ready for this new Africa, and they're going to have the means to be ready with the skill set. Black America, though, we're going to once again be knocking on somebody's doorstep, at their door, and say, hey, is there a place for me? Can I get a piece of that AI a little bit? You know, like where we go with this? And then my next question is this, or my next hypothetical question is this. And like I said, I want to be very careful because I know words have energy, but are we looking at a depopulation attempt? So we're looking at Black America right now, and I'm in here to pass you the mic. Black America right now, you are the least vaccinated in this country as we speak. Mask mandates, vaccine mandates, to not be able to participate in society directly affects you, okay, greatly than any other community, because y'all ain't been into the knee, as you shouldn't. But was that a setup? Did they know that? Was that a setup? You know,
they know niggas like the back of their hand.
You know, they know that you don't trust the system. They know you don't trust no vaccines. They know that you've always been the least vaccinated.
Whoa,
the problem is
the V word.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my God. No. Oh my God, you two, don't take us down. I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting this is not Clubhouse, y'all. Y'all forgive me. If it gets shut down, it's my fault. My bad, y'all. My bad. But
they don't, for some reason, they don't like that word.
They don't like it, but
yeah,
all right. They know that historically you've always been the least B word. Let's just say that again. And they knew that wasn't gonna change when this came around. So this was a great effort to now put you as the bad guy in society again. So yeah, I'm gonna pass it to you now.
And you know how it says, you know, they hold, you know, the scientific community says evolution. And the world is evolving right now. And, you You know, our country, you got a lot of us, we ready to run back to the farm. You know, it's going to chaos. We ready to run back there, and they know it's still in us. And this is what this need for a lot of these immigrants. They got a policy for the whole 4 years in bringing people over because they have a lot of land in America that needs to be occupied. It's a lot of land needs to be occupied around these motherfuckers, and they trying to bring in a lot of people to bring it in. We're gonna come over here too. We're gonna come over here too. We just gonna go in just a little bit on this here.
It is not lost on me that in the last few days we have had the British Prime Minister visiting South Africa, visiting Nigeria.
What's the agenda? What's the agenda?
The agenda is that there is a new scramble for Africa, and they are
okay. What the agenda is, my nigga?
That in the last few days we have had the British Prime Minister visiting South Africa, visiting Nigeria.
What's the agenda? What's the agenda?
The agenda is that there is a new scramble for Africa.
Okay, this shit ain't no game. This shit ain't no game. Everybody keep talking about China, but ain't nobody said nothing about everybody else. The European powers who never left power. They will assassinate your ass. Why you think it was so many coup d'etats, nigga? Because that government, nigga, that came in, nigga, wasn't leaving. Period, nigga. And they had coups after coups over there to maintain that motherfucking power. And now this is a new scramble for Africa. And guess what, nigga? They are at the front. They in the front of the line. This is they playing, bro. Colonization never left just because these niggas was black. Just because they looking like you niggas. And they are the people who are leading the Pan-African. It is the Pan-Africans who are leading this Back to Africa movement.
Beyond primary products. And when China is handing down these many loans, including the promised $60 billion to African countries, what will she get in return? My view is we must begin to ask the foundational question. What are we doing to ensure that China does not run roughshod over African countries and that there is indeed an engagement that is mutually beneficial? If we are going to engage with China in a manner that is sustainable and for the benefit of the people of Africa, we must ensure that we reduce the trade imbalance. And that requires certain actions on the part of African countries. Look at the minerals that we are exporting, like coltan or rare earth, that is being exported to China and it's an integral component in electronic material. Why can't we have those factories located in Africa so that Africa also develops our own industries? Why can't we ensure that there is transfer of technology, particularly when we are beginning to talk about the fourth industrial revolution? Is there a genuine and legitimate transfer of technology? Why are we allowing unnecessary Chinese labor to be working in infrastructure projects while we have our own engineers and our own people who can do that?
The contract China got 80% of their workers are working in Africa.
And leadership in private sector and in public sector to make demands of our leaders that if this kind of relationship goes on unchecked, then China will begin to control our economies in a negative way. If you look,
what are you talking about? These people ain't playing, man. China struck that deal. They gave them niggas all that money, and you know what else they said? They said we're going to take 80%. I think it's like 70% of their contract. They're acting like they're beating it out for everybody or anybody in the world to come and be a part of this here. But China got 70%. 70% of those people that's working are guaranteed to be Chinese on their project in Africa. That's how cold that shit is. Hold on, let me see. Oh, hold on, y'all. We lost Sister Shan. Hey, when I was in Jamaica, we hit a corner, and there was a lot of Asian people outside. So I asked those.
Yeah, man. I hope y'all enjoying the show. We turning up on this Freaky Friday. Goddamn me.
Says a lot of
I
them down
appreciate
here in
everybody
Jamaica.
pulling up.
Fuck me up. Jamaican Chinese, man, they got stores and all that shit out there, and they outside.
It's a China know
in the
Africa don't
community
regulate them.
type
That's
shit.
a fact. Man, they moving and they moving fast. Okay, there she go.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah. I was listening to him. Can you recap again? So is he for the scramble, or is he trying to protect Africa from the scramble?
Trying to protect Africa. I wouldn't even say protect Africa. He's trying to protect his interests. All right? These niggas ain't for Africa. These niggas for self. So he want to make sure that whatever's going to take place, they can have leverage on the board. Right now, the Chinese rolling over there. Chinese invested all them billions of money, 60 billion and shit. But that 60 billion come with 70% of the labor on it going to be Chinese labor. So, you really getting 60 billion. You know, like what is it in it for Africa? And there's nothing there for Africa. I'm gonna play this small little clip right here too. I'm just gonna get the audio on this.
The United States is Africa's largest investor. It accounts for $54 billion of FDI stock. There are 600 American companies operating in South Africa alone. And this, even after the US president called Africa this. For the longest time, Africa was nothing but a war zone for Washington. It has over 7,000 troops deployed in the continent. They're spread across some 13 African countries, including Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Central African Republic, Chad, Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenya, Libya, Mali, Mauritania, Niger, South Sudan, Somalia, and Tunisia. For the US, Africa was a continent for counter-terrorism operations.
Hold on. We ain't just gonna pass by there like that ain't just happening. Y'all, U.S. going off in Africa. See, we hear about all this Chinese ass talk. Ain't nobody said nothing about Israel. Israel going off. Them hoes shooting from the free throw line. Them hoes, Israel shooting from the top of the key in Africa. Nigga, ain't nobody said a motherfucking thing. The U.S., them niggas got over 600 companies just in South Africa by itself. That part. All the
Yeah, I see why
Nigerian shit coming over here because U.S. got interest in their company. They already there, boots on the ground. What you talking about? And now these niggas sitting at the border. Now these niggas flooding these bitches. Now these niggas the highest educated, the highest earners in the country and shit. Meanwhile, Aboriginals killing indigenous Americans and indigenous Americans killing Aboriginals. Getting nothing done.
Why is the US suddenly interested in Africa? The answer is this. For the US, Africa is now a new front to take on China, and Washington is now fighting it out for power and influence. An article on the US State Department website reads, and I quote, Africa is the continent of the future. Thus, we need to make the most of its potential. By 2050, its population will more than double to 2.2 billion people, with over 60% under the age of 25. Where is Africa's interest in all of this? Also, what about India? What role does India play in this continent? New Delhi's ties with Africa date back to the time of Mahatma Gandhi. India was part of the Bandung Project of 1955. New Delhi supported Africa's anti-colonial struggles. It supported the liberalization movements in Ghana, Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco, Angola, Mozambique, Guinea-Bissau. India also raised the issue of racism in South Africa. New Delhi is currently training African military. Indian company Airtel is a dominant creditor, and Sri Lanka can tell you what happens when Chinese loans are not repaid. China has sealed its hold on Africa. Indian company Airtel is a dominant telecom firm in Africa. New Delhi is offering 50,000 scholarships to African students. Despite everything, India is far behind.
50,000. India offering 50,000 scholarships. 50,000, nigga. 50,000 Africans are about to go to school in India on their program.
Behind China in the race for Africa, China's Belt and Road Initiative has sealed its hold on Africa. If in the 1900s Africa was colonized with force, in 2020 it is being trapped by loans. China accounts for 14% of sub-Saharan debt. In Kenya, the volume of Chinese loans is 6 times that of France, which is the country's second largest creditor. And Sri Lanka can tell you what happens when Chinese loans are not repaid. China is looking to capture Africa. It has a strong diaspora. It is spending big money. It is selling its movies, culture, and currency. China extracts raw materials. It manufactures products with them and sells them back to this continent. Does this remind you of something? What did the British do in India? In the 19th century, the rivalry between Britain and France fueled Africa's colonization. In the 21st century, the trade war between the United States and China is hastening the same. Just like the 19th century, there are numerous countries in the scramble for Africa. And just like the 19th century, there is nothing in it for Africa.
Brother? Not a motherfucking thing in it for Africa.
Well, I would say that I wouldn't even say it's a new scramble. This just always was planned. They always knew that that continent was going to double in population numbers. I think right now, or last it was at what, 1.3 billion people as of last year. And right now, the average age of Africans on the continent is 20 years old. They make up about 16% of the global population. And they have already estimated that by 2030, 2.5 billion people will be living on the African continent. And most of them are going to be under the age of 20 now. Okay, the population is going to double every year. And that's when we talk about Generation Alpha and how Generation Alpha, which is the generation after Generation Z, right? We're going through a reset. So Generation Alpha, majority of them is going to be in Africa and India. They knew this 50 plus years ago. Okay, this is nothing new. These plans have always been in the works. I think they just wanted to find a place to where they can get these people a little more, after they colonize them, put them in a space where they're able to kind of maneuver on their own. They can feel a little bit more independent, and then just kind of reel them back in slowly, but let them be able to kind of be on autopilot at this point. But you don't have to keep your strong foot on top of them. You know, you can kind of still give them the option of, or the illusion of free will. I'll say that. So right now, Africa's GDP in totality is about $7 trillion. And, you know, they're going to be the majority of the working class. It says by 2034, Africa will have a larger working population than China and India. And most of them will be under the age of 20. All right. They understand that this very young continent are going to be very easy to control. You see? And when you have a bunch of young kids, the continent's going to be full of nothing but 15, 16, 18-year-olds. There's nothing good that's going to come from this. This is going to just put this is going to be the nail in the coffin. It really is. And I see a lot of people are very ecstatic because the people who are coming back in power are going to be the kids that are coming to America right now, coming to the UK, and they're all over the world. Like I said, they're global trekking, they're getting their education, and they're going to be sent right back into their continents. So you're going to see that Black leadership that we talked about, these leaderships that are put into place, but they're going to have a very globalist mindset. They showed you that with Wakanda, the movie. They showed you that at the end of the movie, what did T'Challa do, right? He was sitting at the UN having a press conference about how Wakanda's for everybody now, right? So they put all this crap in our face and they let you know, like, listen, sovereignty, what's that? No, that's dead. You know, that's dead. You guys are about to be a part of a new world, and we want this to be a global family. That's what they want. And these kids coming back with their education are going to imply a global mindset on these young, impressionable children on the continent.
All right, right here we had a fourth industrial revolution. The fourth industrial revolution represents a fundamental change in the way we live, work, and relate to one another. It is the new chapter in human development, enabled by extraordinary technology advances, commensurate with those of the first, second, and third industrial revolution. These advances emerge in the physical, digital, biological worlds in ways that create both huge promises and potential peril. The speed, breadth, and depth of the revolution is forcing us to rethink how countries develop, how organizations create value, and even what it means to be human. Yeah, they say even what it means to be human. Hold on, let's back this shit up. Let's look at that. I'm gonna say it make us rethink of what it even means to be a human. Ain't that some shit? What you got on that, Shane? What the hell I need to rethink? Am I a human or not?
They don't feel like you humans are very responsible. You know, when you have a bottom line to reach, you need to be on time, you need to be ready, and you need to be healthy to do it. So yeah, AI say we need to rethink how y'all are, living. We need to get y'all up to speed.
That's some cold shit. And if you ever looked at the phone and if you was having a conversation, whatever you was talking about or thinking pops up, even if you look and these hoes want to count how many watch hours you putting in and shit, and all of this shit is data that they collecting, because right now they say as much as we look at our phones today, we really are transhuman already.
Oh yeah, I'll say we've been in this probably since, and somebody would probably say even before that, you've been prepped into transhumanism since you got a cordless television. You couldn't live without a television. You got people who spend majority of their day watching TV. You have merged into the programming, and you merged into technology at that point. And then you get the cordless phone. Then you get this, you get that. Remember, all this technology they're putting out, it been here, right? Because we're talking about the world fairs and how they were showcasing cell phones in the 1800s. All this stuff already been here. They just had to slowly re-implement it into this, I guess, new populations of people, and get them ready, get you ready for this point. This is well in effect for centuries. Okay, this ain't nothing new. That's why I keep saying it's nothing new. They just had to get you here, get you ready, and get you on board. And they're definitely going to use Africa and India as the forefront of that.
All right. Right here we had this. We got Dr. Africa on Wakanda City return. You want? Well, we'll get into this and then we can talk
about Wakanda One, Ambassador Arikana, because I know that's something that's very dear to your heart. As if your heart has compartments and one thing is more dear than the other. But I know you've been working on this vision for quite some time.
Right. Wakanda One City of Return. It's people are not aware that no amount of money put into Africa can give us the desired Africa that we want. Look at healthcare. Today, Africa needs about 1.3 million doctors. If all the continental African doctors in the diaspora, all the African American doctors in the diaspora were to go home to Africa today, we're only going to meet about 30% of the need. What Africa needs, because of the brain drain out of Africa, the brain drain that started with the children of Africa coming out of Africa over 400 years ago as slaves, followed by those who left in search of greener pastures. That brain drain has left Africa without the capacity that Africa needs for us to build the Africa that we want. The same shortage in healthcare. There are more Ghanaian doctors in New York City than in the entire country of Ghana. President Nana thought, really? Absolutely. He thought by building more hospitals, by renovating old ones, that's how he would improve healthcare. Well, guess what he found out? Half of those wards were sitting empty, not because there were no patients, but because there were no doctors. There are more Nigerian doctors in Los Angeles than in the entire country of Nigeria. And yet we, the diaspora doctors, we sit back and say, I went home and my mother couldn't have access to a good doctor, couldn't have access to a good hospital. because you're in New York City and you're in Los Angeles. Wake up and smell the coffee. The same is true in education. The educators are outside Africa. The engineers are outside Africa. What Africa needs.
See yourself.
Well, let me get your thoughts on that right there. She's spitting.
Oh yeah, she has a great point. But Africa, you know, they create the issue and they want to have the solution. That's all that is. The issue for them is, like she said, the brain drain. The solution is this Wakanda, as we about to get into. They knew that. They knew that. They needed their people to go to America and get the skill set. They needed them to go to our universities. They needed them to compete and show that they're able to compete on a world level and outdo a lot of the people around them. So this is no coincidence. It's just that because they're in the middle stages of Agenda 2063, it's time for the talent of that continent to return to bring up these AI cities.
Right. And we see the same blueprint. This is what they're doing. What we're seeing them doing right now with these Africans is what we seen them do with the white people. These people who became white people, this is the same thing that happened to them. When they came here, they went to the school that they started going to were the schools that we built and that we were attending. They started taking them through our schools, which became known as the prestigious schools here. And you know, after Reconstruction, they built these other schools for the South. And they made those synonymous with us. But really, these quote-unquote prestigious schools were for us. But as the white immigration started coming in, they had to build these people up. And they had to instill this confidence in these people that they could perform on the world's stage. Exactly the same way that you just articulated what they're doing with them. This is the same program. This is the making of white supremacy. And if you ever spoke with a Nigerian, you would know what we're talking about. Okay? You deal with these motherfucking continental Africans, nigga. Whew, they sound just like the white boy. Niggas just like them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And this shit is so real. And now, you know, they building them up to this. And so now he got the same confidence and attitude and mind frame as the white boy. He just looked like your ass. And they told him that you come from him, so he got a superiority goddamn over you. Yes, everything. And you know, that's what we looking at. And they got him over here, they building them up. Yeah, right now there's more doctors in New York than there's in diaspora and in LA. But they have to get they gotta get them on the road, and as soon they're gonna take these talents back over there. Man, they sent 50,000 scholarships. You know how many people is 50,000, bro? 50,000 people will leave Africa. Babies, 18, 19. I'm telling you, man, I know 20, 21, 22 years, these people be young going down there. A lot of them go down there, man, and some of them get killed. You got to understand, bro. You groom your kids up if you do have money. My partner them in Uganda, she said, she got 4 brothers. She was a girl. Whenever you have a girl in that culture, you have to protect her because that's like your way out. So they put money in her for her to get education. Her brothers grew up, none of them niggas educated. They put the money in her so she could get educated because she'll potentially get married and she'll potentially be able to qualify for one of these loans or one of these places. She could go somewhere and make something out of herself and be able to send money back to the village, nigga. That's how real this shit is, nigga. Yeah, that part. And in that culture too, you married a daughter, you owe something to the mom and dad. We get a check. A check comes with that, you know what I'm saying? Right. It's yeah, let's get into it. Let's talk about this Wakanda. Cause she ain't nothing but a Pan-Africanist. She's a Pan-African.
Oh yeah. Oh
Black
yeah.
In her bloodline. Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's turn up.
It's capacity building. Wakanda one city of return is going to be pillared on an educational center of excellence and a healthcare center of excellence to do nothing but train the capacity
Look at African ancestry down
so
here
we know
in the corner. African ancestry at the bottom.
Wow, they real slick. They so
White
slick
man
with it.
science. All science. I don't give a damn what the science told you. The science, all science, this science, nigga, is hand in hand with this whole African mindset, culture, agenda. The science, if you're pushing science, you are pushing this. You're pushing Africa. Because the science say all niggas come from Africa, bro. Ain't no way around it, and unless we come together and go build and dig and do our own scientific shit, and then we come up with our own motherfucking answer. Then we can have our own agenda and be biased as we want. But we can't do that if we just go sit on YouTube and cuss out the next channel and all this type of shit.
I have to depend on the Chinese coming in with their expertise, the Europeans, the Middle Easterners, the Indians. The reason the heads of states are going to these outsiders is because the capacity that we need is not in Africa. Today, as we speak, there isn't a single African country that has the capacity to build an airport. There isn't a single African country that has the capacity to build a railway line. United, however, we have an abundance of capacity to do that. It all goes back again to that unity of purpose. Diaspora. One president asked me, what problem do you diaspora have in coming together, pulling your finances together so you can build the next airport? Pulling your finances together so you can buy that gold mine. Pulling your finances together so you can invest in
She real slick.
Yeah.
She's slick.
She's working that flow.
While your money is working for you in Africa. It's simple math. But I cannot tell you, Sister Gina, the number of people, African Americans.
She talking to you, nigga. Listen up.
She lecturing you.
How are you different, my brother?
Huh? Tell me that. That's what I want to know. How the hell you niggas so different? Because I be hearing all this different shit out you niggas.
We're different. How are you different? I've been on many programs. People are calling, we're different. And my response is always, I'll take you, my brother. And I'll take you to Ghana with my husband. You walk down the streets of Accra, they see two black men, two Africans.
No, they gonna say that nigga look like a lick. Say, man, buy something, bro. You in the motherland, bro. You don't want to buy nothing. You sure you ain't trying to spend that money? Yeah, they want some of that money, nigga. Hey, you talking about, I see two black men. Well, why they only asking me to buy some shit? Why they ain't asking your husband to buy no shit, then?
Yeah. I'll take you and my husband, let's take you to the streets of New York City. They see two black men.
No, nigga. We know if your ass ain't from around here, nigga, when we look at you. Stop listening to them white folks, nigga. How about this? Just go ask the Africans. That's over here in America.
They want to walk you right off your land claim. That's all this is. Pull on your heartstrings.
I go out there, goddamn it, they shoot me down. Huh? Them goddamn white cops shoot me down. Oh, you think they ain't gonna go there? Nigga, this is Pan-African Blueprint 101 for your ass. Listen to it. In Africa, her name Dr. Africa or some shit. Check out.
When they shot that African man in New York City, Mama D, whatever his name is, there years ago, they did not shoot a Sierra Leonean. Right. They shot a black man.
Okay, get that to your man. Nigga, they shot a black man. Woo.
But who put us on the boat? By her sentiments. Who was putting the so-called African Americans, as they say, who was putting them on the boat?
They come over here and get shot.
Okay.
Man.
And then we get shot. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And all you talking about is come over there with a bag and goddamn let the money work in Africa. And I'm a damn fool and I don't know simple math. If I can't count all this motherfucking money I can go make in Africa, if I come fuck with you paying African ass niggas. All right.
But see, that's what they do to Black Americans, American Negroes. They play on the heartstrings. They don't offer you shit. Remember, she did not offer you anything. She said for you to come and build it up. And I think that's where they get us at, because our emotions will say, well, damn, she right, man. You know, I'm seeing these Feed a Child a Day campaigns, and I'm always hearing about Africa and getting bullied. You know, you're right. I should go over there, you know, put my money over there, you know, and you start feeling bad. But she didn't offer you anything. She didn't offer you no aid. She didn't offer you no startup money. She didn't offer you permanent land ownership. Offer you not a damn thing. She just lectured y'all and said, hey, you've been getting shot over there, Negro. How about you bring your ass over here with talents and build my shit up? That's what she said. Really. That's what she said.
Work for your ass. Yeah, you ain't got no bag. I wonder, you know, what about the poor people? What the poor people do? Look, I went on this Pan-African show the other day, and I was asking him because he on this back to Africa shit. So I say, so what happens to the poor people who can't afford to get over there? He say, well, they can stay back. he say they can stay back and wait till they get their finances right. Bro, that shit real much. So why do they have to have finances to go back home and all this shit here? It just, if that's their home and that's where they really trying to get them to. And I don't know. I told their ass up though. I ain't even no college channel out though, because
well, they know that you're not them. They know that. That's why they're not offering you anything. They will give you the same thing they'll give a white man. You guys are not. You're not descendants, or maybe you do have a descendant from this land, but that don't mean I have to claim you. And they're not claiming you. They're not claiming you. They're just letting it be very known that when you come to Africa, you gonna work. Don't think this gonna be your utopia. You're gonna sit around and you gonna just not do what you're supposed to do. No, when you come over here to Africa, you come to Nigeria, get your ass to work. That's what she's saying.
Get your ass to work and come pay this high ass rent. You ain't landlord. You gotta remember, your landlord and the nigga who own that land is gonna be a French company. It's gonna be a U.S. company. It's gonna be a Russian company. Check. It's gonna be a British company. Yeah, you ain't gonna have to have your prices.
So quickly, before you move on, I gotta ask the question. Did you hear her call out or any of them talk about Black American companies that are over there right now that are flourishing?
Oh, not at all.
Not at all.
This ain't about, we ain't asked you to come build no companies. We asked you to come put some money in, goddamn, and goddamn.
You see, but what they're gonna do is, because there aren't any Black, they won't even allow your ass to go over there and open up a hair salon right now as you speak. But see, what they're gonna do is play on your heartstrings and say, they're gonna put the finger in your face and wave that little finger and say, you're not doing enough for your Africans, your people. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna put that finger in your face and chastise you. Chastise you. Now, we have not seen one Black American owned barbershop over there, one Black American owned soul food. We see Chinese restaurants in Nigeria. I don't see no chain of soul food restaurants over there. I don't see them even wanting to get the soul food, but I see Africans opening up soul food restaurants in America. How that work?
And I heard they don't clean their meat.
Oh shit! But see, they're running this game and they're gonna play on the Pan-Africans. That's why Pan-Africans go so hard on us with so much passion and emotion. Because they're like, how could you not want to help Africa? How could you not? And I'm like, do you walk outside and look at your own condition? Like, oh, okay. I don't see what you guys don't see.
Send a nigga over there to be a slave in Africa, goddamn.
So why do you continue to be stupid and tell yourself we are different? Come on. But this is too many people feel that way.
She said, y'all make me slap shit out of one of you niggas. Come on. You niggas are stupid. How the hell you ain't different? How the hell you ain't the same as an African?
Yeah. So because you don't think they need to go to Africa, well then you deserve what you get.
Check. If that white boy step on your motherfucking head with 2 feet, bitch, you deserve it. That white boy walk up and blow your motherfucking brains out, nigga. That you deserve it. Why you ain't brought your ass back to Africa? Clean your bank account out, nigga, and bring your ass over here to Africa and get to work, nigga.
Because what is in Africa belongs to you. Either you go and get it, or they will get it for you. Gina, you know as much as I do. Before COVID. But even now, you get in the planes.
She's sassy now.
Whatever happened to you, goddamn, you deserve it.
She's sassy. She's sassy.
Africa from anywhere. The majority of the people in those planes don't look like me and you. No. You get in the planes within Africa. The majority of the people in the intra-Africa flights don't look like you and I. Do you think these people are going to Africa because they love the Africans? Of course not. Because they're going there because there's something amazing going on in your Africa. Oh, your inheritance. While we're too busy being told, stay away from Africa. It is a diseased and dying continent. Hello. Information is all there.
Yeah, it's yeah. I know that you have an extensive group of.
They talking about we ain't the same. Clearly, this is American.
She said that y'all being told to stay away because disease ridden. Last I checked, the people I know from America, we don't go because we don't need to go. And we ain't never felt we needed to go anywhere. This ain't got nothing to do with what we thought Africa is. We don't need to go. And those Black Americans who do decide to go to Africa, they enjoy going. But I bet they won't renounce that U.S. passport. I don't give a damn how many years they go back and forth to Africa or they try to live in Africa. I bet you won't renounce that U.S. passport. So most of us Americans, we don't need a damn thing from the Eastern Hemisphere of the world. And that's from China to Europe, down to Africa, even a little bit of Australia. We don't need them for any of their resources, but they need us. And they like to pray and make us feel like we need them when we see y'all coming here. Y'all come here. We don't come there. You don't see an abundance of South Americans leaving South America to go to Africa, and it's literally right there. We don't need that side of the world. So all this finger shoving, pointing the finger at somebody's face, baby girl, you got to come to us and through us to get any power and validation of what is valuable in this world. Too bad the American Negro, who most likely, because I don't want to say all, most are the American Indian, can't quite see that because of these Pan-African lens glasses that some of them have on.
Shit.
Of advisory board members and people that you're affiliated with and that are part of ADDI. Are there any other, Yokota wants to know, are there any other African country leaders that are on board with ADDI?
ADDI is apolitical. We are about creating a strong private sector through collaborations with our brothers and sisters in the private sector in Africa. So yes, we were invited by the Kingdom of Asebu. The president of Ghana has reached out to the kingdom to say, because Cape Coast, some of you may not be aware, that 80% of the Africans who were taken out of West Africa as slaves, they were pulled into Ghana. They left from two main ports. Cape Coast, they call them castles, we call them dungeons. There was the Cape Coast dungeons and the Elmina dungeons. Those who were taken to North America, the US and Canada, they left out of Cape Coast dungeons. Those who were taken to the Caribbean and South America, they left out of the Elmina castle. Okay. President Nana Addo felt very strongly that this very same place that our ancestors last set foot on the African soil, there should be a city of return.
Who is ours?
Can come home and complete the journey. So the children of...
Is that what?
She said our ancestors. I wanted to know which one of her ancestors was pulling the boat.
Because he did.
President Nana Addo felt very strongly that this very same place that our ancestors last set foot on African soil, there should be a city of return. So the children of Africa can come home and complete the journey. So the children of Africa can stand at the dungeons and look across the Atlantic and tell the slavers once and for all, while we may have won for 400 years, ultimately we are the victors, for we would have come back home to Ghana, to Cape Coast, where they last set foot on the African soil. Having heard about ADDI, they dispatched one of their chiefs to come to the United States, met with me and the ADDI team, and officially asked us to partner with them to realize the wishes of the president, which is the establishment of the Wakanda City of Return in Cape Coast, Ghana.
Nice.
It is a city that is fitting. We have had invitations to vet.
What's this shit here? You know she come about the HBCU?
I am not surprised.
HBCU.
I know she had on that Dutch kente cloth on. I know she did.
She coming straight out of Fisk University. Stop it, woman. Something told me to come look at her. She got 5 kids too. I was trying to see did that attitude was that attitude cap or not. But that sassy with cap. She got 5 kids though. Okay, the truth is in the booth. But she out of Zimbabwe. She immigrated to the U.S. I've been in the U.S. since 1977. Talking all this African ass shit.
Oh man. And you can tell she's forcing her accent too. She's forcing it, so she can sound a little more authentic. Now I did not know she'd been here for that long. Wow.
Yeah, 77. She is outspoken about the implications of the Berlin Conference that took place in Berlin, Germany, 1885. She lectures the outcome of the divisions of the continent of Africa that were made. I think she got something to do with the African ancestry test.
You said she's from Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe.
What does that have to do with Ghana?
Not a motherfucking thing. She said she want Ghana because that's the last place niggas still. But really, it's that year return shit. They'll make the castles because they can attach their museum and that's why they try to make that place.
Because I'm looking like Zimbabwe. You talking about our ancestors? You're from Zimbabwe. Who from Zimbabwe was in the transatlantic slave trade? What are you talking about?
Our ancestors got put on the boat, and this was the last place. I think she had something to do with the African ancestry DNA test.
She has to. She's pushing an agenda. It's clearly. She's not very honest. Only to someone that could be a little more ignorant and not understand. Could they take what she's saying and really feel moved by it? I'm not impressed. She needs better acting skills. You don't even share the same lineage of the African descendants that are here in the so-called diaspora. So how can you speak for them? How can you speak that they should return? Excuse me? No, you should return because you came by a plane. How are you going to speak for others that have made a life here? Others that have made their own cultures and identities here now. And you want to come with your degree that you've achieved off of American resources, off the back of American Indians. And then you want to try to say that everybody else got to leave when you leave now? Oh, no, baby. No. That's not how this going to work. But see, that's that Pan-African nonsense.
I'm going to have to look into that. I think she got something to do with it because why would they have that symbol on there? Hold on, let me see.
Countries. We were supposed to have gone to Zambia before COVID.
She was talking
before COVID, we had 8 countries already lined up. But because of that, we had to just lay low for now. But now that COVID is beginning to look a little better, we are going to be cranking it out. And yes, we are going to go to just about as many African countries as we can. For now, we are having a regional approach. First is Ghana,